Okay, a very refreshing good morning to everyone. Let me introduce you one of our finest candidate, Mr. Nithik Chaudhary. And why I said finest because there are a lot of good batches on his shoulder, and which is like he's already sponsored from Fleet and Anglo Eastern, and he's already cleared PI test for Scorpio, and right now he's waiting for interview. So it is like on his both hands he is having the sweets. So now he will decide which sweet he wants. So hello Nithik, कैसे हो?
Hello, sir. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm also well, and it's really an honor and privilege to tell everyone कि हमारा जो candidate है वो कितना मतलब I cannot tell कि the kind of what to say कि जितने एक पर्सनालिटी के अंदर जो जो चीजें इनकलकेट कर सकता है इंसान वो नितिक रिफ्लेक्ट्स एंड दिस इज द रीजन कि सारी कंपनी में विच एवर कंपनी ही गो ही विल मेक श्योर कि उसका सिलेक्शन हो तो दिस इज लाइक एक काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल है सारे मेरे कैंडिडेट्स के लिए सारे हर इंसान के लिए कि अगर आपने एक दृढ़ निश्चय कर लिया है तो वो चीज आप हासिल करोगे ही करोगे तो नितिक आप बताओ क्या कहना चाहोगे
Sir, I would like to say about clearing interviews and sponsorship examinations. All that I would like to say is that first things first, one must keep in mind that your examination grades do matter, but they don't matter as much as your personality does. Because your personality is something that is going to take you places. So, first things first, one must work on his or her personality. The first thing that any guy or any girl, I mean, any individual in general should focus on is building good communication skills. Because once you enter, as soon as you enter the room or the where your interview is being conducted, the first word you speak makes an impression on the interviewer's mind. So that impression is something that goes with him throughout the course of the interview. So I would like to say to, I mean, this message of mine is for all the candidates who are preparing for sponsorship interviews or any interview in general, that work on your personality. Don't be demotivated by the fact uh, that your grades aren't good enough as some other, I mean, any other person out there. Because I have seen people with me who were with me, even those who had their grades in 90s were rejected. But some people who had their grades in 80s or even 70s were selected only and only because of the character traits that they displayed while the course of the interview.
Correct. I also firmly believe that marks do matter for the
Yes, sir.
minimum eligibility criteria, but how are you as an individual matters a lot. Okay,
Yes, sir,
so
it definitely does.
like suppose for example, I tell to all my candidates this thing also like if you are investing your hard-earned money in a company, so what kind of candidate you will desire? तो उसी टाइप का आपको एक्टिविटीज उसी टाइप की आपको प्रॉपर्टीज भी इनकलकेट करनी पड़ेगी अपने अंदर
Yes, yes,
तो
for sure.
this is the thing which I always tell to all my candidates. And apart from this, आप ये बताओ IMU मेट से कब जुड़े आप?
So I joined IMU Mate in December 2022. On 31st of December, I joined IMU Mate, and from 1st January itself, my guidance started. I was put in a team group. Back then, I didn't know what a team group is. I was completely unaware what discussion sessions are. But with the due course of time, I prepared, I mean, I went with the flow. I prepared well for my interviews, and I must say that IMU Mate has played a major role in my selection because it provided me with a platform. Because what generally happens is that almost all of the people who are trying to join this field have knowledge up to some extent, but knowledge does matter, but you must put in your efforts in the right direction. So I must say that IMU Mate provided me the right direction. I was given the opportunity to give unlimited mock interviews, which pretty much familiarized me with the concept of interviews, which I must say that made me much more confident than other guys on the day of my interview. Because while I was sitting in the waiting room uh, at the various company offices, I noticed that most of the people were fidgeting, they were nervous because they had not experienced it or they didn't have the experience of an interview prior to their main interview. But I had given at least 12 to 13 mock interviews. So this is something that helped me a lot to a great extent. In addition to it, IMU Mate also provides us a platform to uh, prepare well for our sponsorship examinations. We are provided with material. for all the companies, may it be any company. So we are provided with previous year questions, and we have the support of our mentors 24/7. So this is something that makes IMU Mate very unique in itself, and I must say that it has played a major role in my journey till now, and it will do so in the future as well.
So, meanwhile, I will also take this moment and opportunity to tell everyone that this is whatever he is saying is very good. But the thing is, ki the kind of energy from the beginning Nitin used to have, we as a IMU Mid family just channelized it. मतलब वो कैपेबिलिटीज वो सारी चीजें थी अंदर बट इट्स जस्ट दैट कि आपको कभी कभी सही दिशा की जरूरत होती है यू जस्ट नीड अ राइट डायरेक्शन एंड समबडी टू गाइड यू की दैट इज द पार्ट यू हैव टू फॉलो क्योंकि विलिंगनेस तो हमारे अंदर खुद होती है एंड जब ये विलिंगनेस वाली बात है तो आई ऑलवेज एडमायर नितिक इन फ्रंट ऑफ एवरीवन इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल द मेंटर्स आल्सो कि द काइंड ऑफ कैंडिडेट ही इज फ्रॉम हिमसेल्फ ही अप्रोच ऑल द मेंटर्स जहां पे भी इसे डाउट होता है एंड फॉर ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स सबसे बेसिक चीज क्या होती है सीखने की कि इंसान अपनी गलतियों से ही सबसे पहले लर्न करे तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ही हैज टू अलाउ हिमसेल्फ फॉर द मिस्टेक्स एंड अदर कैंडिडेट्स आई डोंट नो देयर विल बी द मोमेंट कि जहां पे दे विल बी लाइक आई नीड टू बी परफेक्शन विल आल्सो कम्स बाय द टाइम कि आप अपने आप पे कितना टाइम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो कितनी आप अपनी चीजों से ही सीख रहे हो एंड नितिन इज द प्राइम एग्जांपल फॉर दैट कि अपनी चीजों पे थ्रू आउट द जर्नी ही लिटरली वर्क एवरी सिंगल डे एंड मैं अपने हर कैंडिडेट को ये चीज बोलता हूँ कि अगर आप सच में कुछ सीखना चाहते हो तो अपने बीच वाले कैंडिडेट से सीखो जो सेलेक्ट होके सिलेक्शन ले लेते हैं और वो सबसे बड़ी चीज क्या है दैट इज योर परसिवरेंस एंड नितिक एज अ इंडिविजुअल वो जो कंसिस्टेंसी से और जो परसिवरेंस है कि अगर आज गलती हो रही है तो कोई बात नहीं आई विल लर्न फ्रॉम दैट मिस्टेक एंड आई विल मूव फर्दर तो मैं तो इस चीज को बहुत अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ एंड मी एज ए इंडिविजुअल आल्सो आई आल्सो लर्न फ्रॉम द कैंडिडेट समटाइम्स इतनी इतनी अच्छी अच्छी चीजें जानने को मिलती हैं सीखने को मिलती है समझने को मिलती हैं तो यू शुड एज ए इंडिविजुअल यू शुड नेवर स्टॉप लर्निंग इन योर लाइफ बाकी
Yes,
आप नितिक फ्लीट और एंग्लो के इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे क्या सीन हुआ था
sir, to be very honest, I was the first candidate to be interviewed at the fleet management office, basis the rank list of the examination. So as soon as I went in, there were three people sitting in front of me. I don't remember their names, and I guess it's not appropriate enough to disclose their names as well. But as soon as I entered and I produced my documents in front of them, so they asked me to close my that portfolio. The first question that they asked me is, Nithik, tell me something about yourself. Then they asked me about my name. And with the due course of time, they asked me 2 to 3 questions. All of them were personal. And moving ahead, I was asked a bit one or two situation based questions as to what would be my reaction to certain situations that I faced on board. And basis that, I was pretty much done with my interview. And then I was sent outside the interview room for my psychometric examinations. This
yeah
was the
that
case for fleet management. And coming to Anglo Eastern, as I was the fourth or the fifth candidate to be interviewed that day. Although I reached the office well in time, the interview time was 9 in the morning. I reached at 7:30, but there were still 5 people waiting, 4 to 5 people waiting there prior to me. So first things first, I was given an essay to write. The topic I don't remember as such, but see, the essay, people say that it makes a huge impact on the interviewer, but I must say that you cannot have I mean, it's okay to make mistakes in your essays as well, but the prime thing that matters the most is your personality. Prior to my interview, I was asked for my mark sheets and my biodata form. These things are pretty much specific to the company. I was asked for these, and then as soon as I went into the interview room, they asked me certain questions, and after 2 to 3 questions, I guess the interviewer was pretty much convinced enough, and he stopped firing those questions at me, and I guess it became a pretty much informal sort of a discussion. Although it was an interview, but it became an informal sort of a discussion. Uh, both of us were, I mean, the three of us were feeling pretty much comfortable, and that's all about my Anglo Eastern interview experience.
perfect Nitik what I can say it back then when I was appearing for my company I also remember There was a captain. I will not name him. He already left the company, but he was a South Asia head, and he was not entertaining anyone after 10 minutes. So maximum your interview will go to 9 to 10 minutes. For me, it went for 1.5 hours. So it was 1 hour
Even
30
my
minutes.
Anglo Eastern interview lasted for about 35-40 minutes. I went in at 11:10 and it was 11:50, 55 something that I came out.
Correct, correct. So this is the thing which I always tell to all my candidates also. Ki when means this is the like you have ace your personality. If the interview you turned it into a conversation, and
Yes,
once you turn it into a conversation means he genuinely have an interest in you. He
yes, sir.
genuinely digs out ki, this is what you are reflecting, or this is you as an individual, your real personality.
Yes, sir.
And that is the time when you make sure ki now you will be the one who will get selection for sure. So I'm really happy, and I'm really honored and privileged, like candidate like you have
Thank you so
secured
much, sir.
so many companies, and I've worked so hard that is a prime example for everyone. So at the end, this is the only thing which I wanted to say from Nitik's side also. Ki work hard, be consistent every day. It will be like you will make mistake for sure. Allow yourself for the mistakes, because mistakes are the one you will learn from, and you will grow for sure.
Yes, sir.
Chalo, thank you so much, Nitik, for your valuable time. So prepare for the Scorpio, and I want you in your third hand also this company.
For sure, sir.
Chalo. Okay. Okay, Nitik. Take
Okay.
care.
Okay, sir.